Now the mic's on. All right, so I told you I was going to have another video today. Probably for the, well, no, not probably. It's going to be for AEW. And they got Double or Nothing coming up tonight. So this is kind of prediction video. I got the back matches printed here. So I'm going to go from the bottom to the top because I think they kind of had this as the order I think they're going to, that they might do this. So they have altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 championship matches. So that's a pretty good amount of championship matches. Altogether, it's looking like they got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 matches on the card. So it could go pretty late tonight. So I'm going to do this as quick. Now, here's the thing about AEW, okay? AEW, the storytelling to me hasn't been as good. The wrestling is great. The storytelling isn't that good. And that's one thing. I'm just adjusting my camera. There we go. I like that a little better. That's one thing that I think WWE just has over them is the storytelling. I think WWE does a better job when it comes to the storytelling. So, we'll see. I don't have some of these, I'm just kind of going by what I think they're going to go with and what I do know a little bit. So the first match I have is the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus Brian Cage and Gates of Agony. I think the Acclaimed is a huge, they're a tag team. They are big with the fans right now. I'm going to say that they're going to have them win tonight. Could be a very good match. I think, again, the wrestling's just better. Storytelling, we'll see what they do. The storytelling hasn't been great, so I'm going to give it to the Acclaimed. I think they're going to have them, I think they're going to have them win. I could be wrong. Next match I see is Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. The storytelling's been better. They've had a kind of, they do a lot of their storytelling with, not in ring. They do a lot of storytelling through their promos. They do a lot of promo telling, which I don't mind. It's not bad, but I don't know. I wish there was more in the ring. And I will say they have done more in the ring with these two, in terms of Thunder Rosa coming down, interrupting, trying to get in a fight, and doing that. So all around, I think it's pretty good. This is a flip a coin. You could have them either one win. I'm going to go with Deonna Purrazzo for the win. I'm actually going to kind of check this tonight so I can keep track of my guesses. So I need a pen. All right, so I chose. We're going to get this Acclaimed. Put a little check by them here. All right. I think, I think, I'm going to give Thunder Rosa. One thing I know is I heard that Thunder Rosa is very difficult to work with, and I think she probably is going to talk her way into a win. I think they'll give her a win. Now, next here is the Bang Bang Gang. That's Jay White, Austin, and Colton Gunn. Oh, it's another championship match. I forgot. Versus the Death Triangle. That's Pac, Ray, Phoenix, and Penta El Zero. For the Unified Trios titles. They have a lot of titles in AEW. Way more than they should. I think this could be another... this one could steal the show. A lot of high action in this one. There's going to be a lot... They scare... Penta El Zero is one of those wrestlers. I think he's a very dangerous wrestler. He does a lot of moves that he's injured a lot of guys. Not that he's unsafe, but his moves are just very dangerous, and there's always a possibility that they're going to get hurt. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. Could be good, but I think they're going to have... but the Bang Bang Gang's been on. They've been having on quite a roll. So I'm going to say we have a retain tonight with those. So I'm going to go that way. We're going to say they stay. They keep the titles. Next we have Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. This has just been a kind of the storytelling. This has been okay, but it's basically just they were tag partners. And, kind of broke up. Trent turned. But Orange Cassidy is a fan favorite. I got to give it to Orange Cassidy. I think they're going to have him come out with a win on this. Seems like the storyline. I think you go there. Trent Beretta, they can do multiple things with. Honestly, they also might be getting rid of Trent Beretta, but I'm going to I say they go Orange Cassidy. That's how I would write it. I would have him have the win. Next, we have Moxley versus Takashita. I can never say their names. In an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. So this is for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Takashi. I think they're gonna. I think, it's kind of a deal they had with New Japan to let Moxley wear that title. I think probably the time's up, and I think they will give it to. I think they'll go back and probably give it to Takashi, and yeah. But it's again, it's a lot of their stories have been told kind of in there. I mean, they've been doing stuff in the ring, but it's just I don't know. It doesn't grab me as much as WWE. The storytelling has been much better in WWE. Just has. The next match I see here is for the FTW title. It's for sorry, my cat is doing her pay attention to me. So I think the championship here right now, Chris Jericho is the FTW title holder. Hook is getting his rematch here. Oh, it's a triple threat. Sorry, it's Jericho, Hook, and Katsuri Shibata. Now the wannabe promoter in me wants to say this is gonna go Hook, put it back on Hook, but I don't know. I think it could they could throw a sword and go on Shibata. And he's now the learning tree guy. I'll give Jericho credit. He has every month he seems to come up with a new gimmick. I mean, there's always a chance you should retire, but I mean, guy give some credit. He's come up with all these gimmicks, I guess you can call them, these gimmicks and stuff, and he's making them work. I don't think this is one of the better ones, but yeah, we're gonna go with Jericho because he also has that person that goes with him. I just can't remember right now. Very big guy, Big Bill. I think Bill something or Big Bill, but we'll keep it on Jericho. I think they're gonna keep it on Jericho. Maybe continue this into something else. Next, we have Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match. This is going to be a good match. Definitely going to bring out a little hardcore in him. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Adam Copeland, Edge, for those that when he was in WWE. He is the title holder, and God, there's so much hair on my mic for my dang cat. I don't know. You know what? I think we're going to go with. I think we're going to have a title change. Malachi Black, I think, is going to take this. I think there's going to be some interference from his group there, and I think he's going to take it. And I think that's what they would do. I think Adam Copeland is one of those guys, you can do a lot of storylines with him. I think Malachi Black, you can still do storylines, but I think putting the time in him, and you could still have another rematch between the this might not be the end of it. Next, we have Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay for the International Championship. Will Ospreay, I mean, they're pushing him like crazy. So I'm gonna say that's Will Ospreay for the win on that, new champion. Again, not the greatest of storytelling. I think we'll definitely see a good match. I think I would see a really good match there. But I'd put that on Ospreay. Next, we got Timeless Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb for the AEW World Title. Sorry to Serena Deeb. She's a great athlete, great in the ring, great mechanics, but Timeless Toni Storm right now is just on a roll. That is such a good character. That's one character that they have absolutely right in AEW. She keeps the title, I think, and she's going to go on to face, there'll be another contender, and they'll do that for sure. Now, the next one is is Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné for the TBS title, women's title. This was also the, you don't know who Mercedes is. She was Sasha Banks in WWE. Now, this is kind of a revenge match. Mercedes was out for 9 months because in her last match with Willow, she got hurt, even though she injured herself. But they're playing it up like Willow did it to her, even though, again, she did it to herself. But right now, Willow's the champion. I think I think it's going to be a title change tonight. I think it's going to go to Mercedes. Again, I also think it's probably in her contract or something. And, right now, Tony Khan's trying to keep everyone there. So I think it'll be a good match, but I definitely think it's going to be a change in title. And it'll be a good match. Storytelling's been okay with it. They've done actually some of their better storytelling with this particular feud. But I think you go with Mercedes Moné just because she has a lot of momentum. She has the name. No offense to Willow Nightingale. She's been putting on. She's been doing really good. I can see them keeping it on her. I can see that. So this is one that I could be. I could go either way. But I give it to Mercedes. I think Mercedes there's your name. You got on there, and Willow Nightingale can still have other matches and have another rematch. You could write her into that. So I think that's where that's going to go. Swerve Strickland versus Christian Cage for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I think this is a no-brainer. While I think it's been a very good story so far, and they kind of dealt in, you just don't put the title on Christian Cage. Swerve Strickland right now has the crowd. They love his entrance. They it's kind of like they sing those entrance. They answer, it's like, whose house? Swerve's house. They do the whole thing. So Christian Cage, I know he's a name. I just do not see him. I mean, there'll be some interference tonight. They're going to do the whole deal. People are going to get involved, but I think Swerve Strickland, you keep the title on him. He has a couple more rounds on him. I still, MJF, we haven't heard anything about MJF. It's kind of one of those things where I wonder if MJF is going to show up tonight. It's one of their big pay-per-views. It would make sense for him to come back tonight, but he hasn't been. I don't know. They haven't mentioned him on TV. They have gone absolutely silent on him. So this really could be a legit. They just can't get a contract done with him. But I've been wondering when he was going to show up. Could be tonight. The last thing we have here is the Elite, the Young Bucks, Kazuki Okada and Jack Perry. Don't get me started on Jack Perry. Versus Team AEW, FTR, Bryan Danielson, and Darby Allin in an Anarchy in the Arena. So this is basically a street fight. Anything goes in the arena. It's going to be crazy. They're going to do some crazy stuff. We'll have to see what they do. I think it's going to be a good match. I think this is... Now, don't get... The Elite, the Young Bucks bother me. I do not like the story. I do not like that they've put themselves in like the top thing. I think the storyline's bad. I think the group is terrible. Like, they're just... In all the groups, you look at all the groups in the history, and this group just does not... it's just such a bad group. Like, yeah, it just doesn't work. And especially Jack Perry. No, Jack Perry's trying to be this tough guy, whatever. No, you don't work, Jack. Sorry. Come up with a new gimmick. It's your gimmick. This gimmick doesn't work for you. So the group, I do not like. Should they add more people? They could, but then you run into the problem of the group become too big. Hence NWO. They're not the NWO, but the NWO started to go bad when they added too many people. So, yeah, I can't group. So, but I think they're going to have the Elite win only because, again, I feel like this is just they're pushing the Elite and they're trying to be whatever. I think the Elite wins tonight. I wouldn't want them to win, but I think they're going to have them win. So, that's my breakdown of who I think's going to win, what I think's going to happen tonight, what I think they're going to have them, what they're going to push. We'll see. I'm really hoping I'm wrong on some of this. And I hope that they tell stories tonight, too, in the pay-per-view, not just, again, excellent. They have great wrestlers, and they have great matches. They have bad storytelling. We'll see, guys. All right, that's it. I'm cutting the video, and enjoy the pay-per-view tonight. Please leave comments for this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you see it and you haven't already. You're not one of my 12 subscribers. All right, guys. All right, everyone have a good night. Enjoy the pay-per-view tonight. As always, peace!